without a court hearing. So the evidence against them, if they have any, has not been presented to a judge, has not been argued between two lawyers, or a jury hasn't decided that they are guilty. So they're being called terrorists just because the leaders of the country, the decision makers, can do so. So this is not something that only Vasantha and the Siridhamma Thero are facing right now. This could be any of us. It could be me, it could be you, or worse, it could be your child, it could be your son or your daughter. So I'd like to draw your attention onto this issue because Vasantha, Siridhamma Thero, and Hashan, who was released on bail today, they all got out on the streets and we all fought for a better country, for a better future for Sri Lanka. Because for crying out loud, we are bankrupt. That is what our leaders did, right? They went out on the street and protesting. So this is the crime that Vasantha and Siridhamma Thero are being accused of. Because they could envision a better future for Sri Lanka. And they took the leadership in going to the front lines to take over, to show the path for rest of Sri Lankans who came out to fight alongside us. So if anybody is a terrorist or if anybody is a criminal, it should be Ranil Rajapaksa and the goons around him, Mahinda Rajapaksa, Namal Rajapaksa. These are the people who bankrupted our country. These are the people who stole our money. They are the people who stole our future. Vasantha hasn't done any of those. Vasantha hasn't bankrupted our country. If at all, he asked for right to life for all of Sri Lankans. And why is he being punished while the real people, the criminals who actually committed crimes, are in the parliament? There is a man convicted for murder in the parliament. And if the system allows such man to be voted into the parliament, that system should be changed. This is what Vasantha was speaking about. And I don't understand why are we still sitting back and watching this? Why are we watching this injustice, which could be happening to any of us at any day? And now they're bringing in another law. They're bringing in a rehabilitation bureau bill. And on that, they're talking about ex-combatants. They're talking about other groups. They're talking about extremists. If there are any, we saw extremist action in Digana some few years ago. We saw extremist actions in all around Sri Lanka. And if you remember, Easter attacks. Yeah. Do we have justice for that? Have you seen justice for that? And do we see them bringing in laws to take into custody for people who are liable for that? No, there's nobody responsible for these crimes. But the people who spoke up for the others, people who spoke on behalf of the others, are being kept in jail, are being detained without following the judicial procedure. So once again, I'd like to remind, if anybody is misguided, it is the people in the parliament, it is these decision makers, that is the leaders who bankrupted our country. Because for some reason, they tend to think by corrupting and by taking more laws, by printing money, that we can be developed somehow. Please tell me if that is not being misguided, what else that is. So I want to urge all of Sri Lankans and the international community and the people and the Sri Lankans who are living abroad, everybody who spoke up, everybody who even shared a post on Facebook about the Argale, about the people's struggle, please do speak up, because this is injustice, because Vasantha Mudaligi does not belong in a jail cell. He spoke up for the rights of others. So now we should be speaking up for him. And we should be speaking up for justice for all. We should be speaking up for rights for all of Sri Lankans. We saw the power of the people on the July 9th when people came out to the streets. We saw sovereignty of people. And this is the time that we need to exercise these rights for justice as well. Because if we want to develop this Sri Lanka, we need innovative ideas, we need new ideas, we need people who can think outside the boxes. people who are not scared to speak the truth, people who are not going to bow down in the face of injustice. Vasantha Mudalige is one such person, and there are several others like that within the Gulf-based Aragalaya and all over Sri Lanka. So if we want them to come in front, if we want them to, if we want their ideas to support the growth of Sri Lanka, if we want a better Sri Lanka, we shouldn't allow this injustice to continue. Aragalaya Jaya.